All right, for this next process, we're going to apply multiple inks at the same time. I don't really know what the name of this one is, but I like to call it the ink blob. This one's very experimental, and for this example, you want to start directly on top of the shirt or on top of the bag that you want to print on top of, okay? So we're not going to do test prints. We're going to go right onto the source. For this one, we want to have multiple inks, multiple colors. So I've got a whole range of primaries and green as well set up there. And then it's absolutely necessary for me to use white. White is going to be what we call the vehicle color. We're going to lay out white up here and pull that across the screen. To get our colors to show through, we're going to put a daub of color in various places of our design. So I'll just start with this blue. Okay, so I'm going to take some blue, and in some of the open parts of my design, I'm going to place that blue. Okay, now as we always talk about with water-based ink, we have to move pretty quickly while we do this because this ink will begin to dry in the screen and ruin it if we don't move quickly enough. You don't have to put equal amounts of ink colors down. So I'm just going to do a couple of the green, maybe 3 of those green ones. Clean my squeegee, get a couple red. You can see I'm putting pretty healthy amount of ink down. These are anywhere from a nickel to a quarter size daub of ink. What's going to happen is that when I pull my squeegee across, it's going to force that color of ink down directly through where it's sitting. So, if you want to get a feel for this process, it's okay to do it on a piece of practice paper first, but then you're going to have to clean out your screen and do it all over again when you go to print on your shirt. Okay, because as you continue to print this, you're going to find that the ink blends together, and instead of having these really distinct spots of color, you end up with a little more of, I don't know, like a blend of all those colors. Sometimes that looks good. Sometimes it can be a little gross, a little pukey colored. All right, so I've got some colors. As you can see, it was pretty random about it, maybe a little bit thoughtful. And clean my palette knife well. Now I'm going to get my white ink, and as I said, we want our white ink to extend across the width of our design. Okay, so it's our vehicle, and I use that word because it's the thing that is going to transport the rest of the ink through the design onto the shirt. All right, so I've got my squeegee, okay, and we're going to put that squeegee behind my white ink and print. Okay, so you can see what happens on the first pass, and we do need to print or pull the squeegee multiple times if we're going onto a shirt or a bag. So I'm doing this at least 3, but I think I'm going to do this a 4th time as well. Right, so when I lift my screen, what I can see there is a really cool kind of kaleidoscope of color. Now, let's try it on another one. But as you can see up here along the edge, the ink has already started to really blend together. So, as we've said all along, this is experimental. We don't know exactly what we're going to end up with, but we're going to work within that spirit. Now, none of this ink is salvageable. We can't save this ink at all because it's so blended together. So this is something where you would throw this ink away after you're done testing out this process or using this process. So that next one looks pretty well. It's really violet. Has a very blue tone to it. It's kind of marbled, almost like a bowling ball. I think by this 3rd print is where things start to mesh together and become far less attractive or aesthetic. Let's see. Experimental process. That's one of the best parts of printmaking. It's something you have to embrace. Okay, not horrible, but there are some colors, very muddy areas in the central part of the design where that yellow and the green came together and probably blended with the red and did some things that we're not crazy about. So experiment with the ink blob process as well. These are all ways of getting color into your design in non-traditional methods.